Here we go.
What? Hold on.
We don't experience some technical difficulties.
Hold on now.
And here we go.
Now we live. Okay. We're in the building.
We're in the building.
And this is yours, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. My damn claps.
Oh, there you go. The skibbity claps. You gotta get them right, man.
Skibbity claps. Skibbity claps. Skibbity. Yeah, I don't do it like last time. Shit, the last time I did the podcast, he's like, yeah, here's your boy. I'm thinking it was his. I'm like,
sitting there the whole time.
Yeah, sitting there the whole time. Like, this nigga go drink. I'm 30. I don't know who took a sip out of this.
Right.
Like, I don't want to drink after no grown man.
Right.
But anyway, welcome, man. Welcome to this week. In addition to the Triad Hip Hop Podcast, it's your boy Howie, my man.
Kurt,
fix this shit.
What's up, y'all? This is episode 162.
162.
We in the building.
And
we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yep.
You know, it's a lot of stuff to cover. It's been a heavy week, man. How was your week this week?
Well, it's just trying to keep hope alive with school.
Keep hope alive.
Oh yeah, man. It's just been crazy. I mean, other than that, it's been okay. I mean, just sometimes I'm towards the end of this semester. And it just seems like sometimes it just gets like there's certain things you starting to see, and it's like, man, you get kind of discouraged. But I'm gonna keep on fighting, though. That's all we can do.
I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. So it is what it is, but you keep holding your head up and, like I said, keep hope alive. Like Jesse used to say,
keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
All right.
The Rainbow Coalition.
Yes, sir. But yeah, this is episode 162. You know, we got a lot to talk about. My week was pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say, how was your week? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you good, man.
You can call me out on that shit. Fucking insensitive fuck. How come you didn't ask me about? Anyway.
But my week was really good, man. It went by kind of fast, you know.
Yeah.
And, got a new schedule coming up with work, so that's going to help out a little bit. You know, we can do the show a little bit more on the weekends. So starting in May, we're going to be doing the show on Saturdays.
Look, clap that.
Yeah,
clap that up. So I ain't even get everything at the end of the damn week.
Yeah,
so it's like think of us as being who's my man to do the wrap up now, not
Uncle Murder.
Yeah, just think of us as Uncle Murder on Saturday.
The wrap up.
Yeah, we do the weekend. Yeah, we do the week wrap up on the weekend. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah, man.
We got to get we got to get like a green screen behind us so we can put shit in the background. I'm gonna do one of those one day.
Yeah, we actually, they say that it don't necessarily have to be like.
No,
you just get like a green sheet.
Yeah. I heard about that. That you can use anything green as long as it's good and solid. You know. Yeah, we might have to do something like that, man.
Yeah, I think T. Lynn, shout out to her. She, I think she told.
Oh yeah,
I think she did. Yeah,
I don't remember she telling me, but unless I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to T. Lynn. We appreciate you. So, before we go too far, we gotta give some condolences to a couple of people we lost. First of all, another figure in hip hop, you know, that made a lot of noise while he was here, which is my man Black Rob from Bad Boy Entertainment. Rest in peace to him. Hate that we lost him. He was around the same age as DMX. He was 51, and DMX was 50. It's really sad that, you know, we lost them so close together. But, you know, Black Rob was, you know, he did his thing. From what I understand, he was very sick. He had kidney failure, and he had been going through a lot of medical issues, but he was also homeless, from what I understand. So he was struggling to find a place to live. So it's like, damn, I don't know the history of what happened, but I feel really bad, you know, to know somebody who had a dope hit song, you know what I mean, to be homeless and struggling like that and sick. So, you know, condolences to his family. And then also, yesterday we found out we lost another young black female named Ma'Khia Bryant. She was only 15. The story goes that she was about to get jumped by some girls from school or something like that. Some girls she knew from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And to try to protect herself, she called the police, but she also had a knife to keep them back off of her. And when the police got there, since she had the knife, they shot her a little prematurely. The way they described it, they said that I didn't see the actual video of the shooting, but I saw the video of the aftermath where the people were kind of cursing the police out, saying, you know, why did you shoot her? Blah, blah, blah. But the way they described it, it was like, said that the police just basically got out the car and didn't really get too much of the story, just unloaded, you know, almost not immediately, but pretty fast, you know, before they could find out too much. Did you hear something else?
I heard basically that the girl that's no longer with us actually was getting ready to use the knife on one of her assailants.
Okay.
You know, so I think that might have gave the police cause to shoot. But even then, the thing of it is, what I'm getting at, she's 16 years old. She was 16 years old. You mean to tell me?
I keep hearing different stories. I keep hearing 15.
Yeah.
Too. But I don't know either way.
But either way, the thing of it is, and then too, I've seen pictures of the girl. She was a bigger girl. Like, she wasn't like fat. She was just, you know, she was, you know, a bigger kid. Yeah, she was like a bigger kid. But that still shouldn't get, like, this is a female.
Right.
Like, if you're going to shoot, and I can hear arguments, oh, well, you got to do this. Like, hit, take the knife out of her hand.
Right.
Y'all should be trained in that.
Yeah.
Just take the knife out of her hand.
I mean, she can't do but so much. You know what I mean? If you ain't close to her, she can't get you with the knife.
And then on top of that, she dropped dropped the knife.
That's what I heard. I heard she dropped the knife, and yet they still shot her. So it's like, what the fuck was she? How was she a threat to?
Yeah, it's not justified, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I really don't get it.
But I think the reason why they might have done this, to be honest with, and when I mean I'm talking about the media. I think they twisted this because with the reaction of the Derek Chauvin case, I don't know why it is when I say Chauvin and case, it's like Chauvin and Chase. I don't know. Freudian slip. But anyway, with that case, with him being pretty much, you know, sentenced, maybe the narrative, maybe what they're trying to do is spin it again, like to get black people agitated again, but then get white people to say, see, this is why we need police, because you don't know the whole story, this and this and this. It's like, man, this is fucked up.
I don't know, man, but I'm definitely going to do some more research on it. But, you know, I also keep hearing there's also always stories where when white people get arrested, they don't have this issue.
Oh, no.
You know?
I mean, there was one, I think there was one video, guy in the park, they had police. Now, granted, they had police everywhere, but they were spread out. You know what I'm saying? They were spread out. They aimed for this guy's hand to knock the weapon out of his hand and arrested him.
Wow.
Now, this was a couple years ago. So, you mean to tell me you can do that, but when it comes to, and this is a white grown man. So a 16-year-old black female, you should probably been able to de-escalate and disarm her with no problem. Although, I mean, she was already disarmed. She dropped the knife.
But see, with us, is shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
You know, I had to shoot. She was out of control. I had to shoot.
I fear for my
life. It's always that. But I mean, I see video after video of white people, you know what I mean, where the police are scared of them. You know what I mean? They'll walk up toward the police. The police is like this with the gun. You know what I mean? I'm gonna shoot you. And they're like, do it. You know what I mean? And the police is like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
I ain't scared.
I'm like, shoot, I wish I wish we could do that shit because but even before we say do, we say do.
Right.
Yo,
Swiss cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. I don't get it, man. But it is what it is, man. It's life, man. But as soon as we think we got a little bit of a one step forward, we got two steps backwards. You know what I mean? So, I was kind of feeling good about the Derek Chauvin thing and thinking, okay, we got a little victory here. And then next thing you know, you hear about another person getting gunned down for no reason when it could have been de-escalated. So anyway, we'll talk more about that later. Let's give both of them, Black Rob and Ma'Khia Bryant, a moment of silence. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us.
Yeah.
Just want to pay respects, you know what I mean? So did you have a question of the day? I wanted to ask something if you don't have anything.
Go ahead and ask because I forgot.
No, you fine. So my question for the day is not necessarily hip hop based, but it's based on all of the stuff that's been happening with the killings and police brutality and all of that. So based on now that we've got this guilty verdict for Derek Chauvin, do you think we've made progress, or do you think this was a coincidence that we got the guilty verdict? You know what I mean? I don't know what to think. I do feel like it was a good step forward, but I don't know if it was coincidental or if it's really a step in progress. What do you think?
I wouldn't necessarily say progress, but I mean, I will say this. It's good to see that something that they would normally get away with go punished.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that, the justice system worked,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So I think it was wise for them. And what I mean is, I think it's wise as a nation right now for them to throw us a bone, if you will.
Right.
Because they already got shit going on with Russia. It's already bad enough with them, prepping and doing other stuff to move and mobilize to what might be known as World War III.
Yeah.
So I think right now, for them, it was like, well, let's do this. I don't know if that's what they were thinking, but what I'm saying is, let's do this. Let's, because basically we don't want a two-front war.
Right.
We don't want to have to fight Russia and then have to deal with stuff here.
And
So, at least let's throw them that so they can. But again, they're trying to stir the hornets up again with the killing, with that. So, I think that's
it's a shame though, man. Really is. So let us know what y'all think. Do y'all think we made any progress, or do y'all think pretty much we're in the same spot we always been? You know what I mean? We'll go from there. We want to hear what y'all got to say, though. But anyway, let's jump into some birthdays real quick. Got a few from this week. So, of course, we have 420, the annual Smokers Day. And my man Killer Mike had a birthday on 420. So, happy birthday to him. Coming up tomorrow on 422, we have Machine Gun Kelly. His birthday is then.
Rap Devil.
Yeah, man. DJ Drama also on 422. Bahamadia, one of the dopest MCs, period, in the game, on 422 as well. I really wish she would drop some new music. She hasn't dropped anything in a while. Coming up on 423, my man Tony Sunshine from the Terror Squad.
Okay.
BX. And then coming up on 424, happy birthday to Coke LaRock.
Coke, the first MC.
Yeah, man. One of
the first MC.
Yeah. One of the early pioneers in hip hop, man. So y'all need to go do some research on that man right there. And then coming up on 425, my man Jazzy Faye, aka Jazzy Fizzle. His birthday is 425. So happy birthday to all of them. We'll give them some claps and show them some appreciation. Yeah, man. Definitely. So yeah, man. And in a little while we're gonna get into the verses, but let's talk about some new music real quick, because we got a lot of new music coming out. My man Snoop Dogg just dropped a new song. It's called "Look Around." I like the song and I like the concept. And he got a video out for it, and in the video, he's paying tribute to a lot of old classic hip hop album covers. He does one for Ice Cube. I think it was the Death Certificate album cover, where he actually puts himself in the picture. He did one for the Boogie Down Productions, where KRS is standing by the window with the gun. You know what I mean? He did Big Daddy Kane, Long Live the Kane, where he's sitting on the throne with the girls surrounding him like he's Caesar or something. And then he did one for NWA. I think it was where you see all their faces surrounding.
Yeah, the world must think. Oh yeah.
So that one, I believe he did that one and a couple others, but it's a dope video. Y'all should go check it out. I'll try to share it on Facebook or something.
With Snoop, man, that's one thing. Like him, and I even give Eminem this, not to put them, but one thing I will say, like they definitely fans of this.
Yeah,
they students of the game, and like they just, what I'm saying, they give credit where credit is due. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to see that. But yeah, it's just, it's really cool. Especially,
excuse me,
and the climate that we're in and everything going on. I think, I think that's dope. And
yeah, man,
and giving the flowers now, man, because it's
absolutely,
yeah, man, this is getting crazy.
That was like the main theme of that verse. They kept talking about that the whole night. You need to give your favorite rappers their flowers right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man.
Don't wait until they're gone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Nah, and I respect that too, because it's just like, yeah, man. I mean, I'm not saying like, and I know what they're saying. They're not saying like, yo, go ride the, we need you to ride the dick.
Right.
Dick ride. No, they just saying like, look, I mean, you look on that stage, man. DJ Cool is like 60.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was 60, 62.
Yep.
Look good, by the way.
Man.
You
don't even look. That's why they pointed that out. So that was dope, man.
62. K Solo, like what in his 50s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, but they still rocking the crowd, rocking the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let me
absolutely.
Give them,
gotta get some clap for that.
Another clap. But yeah, anyway. Still talking about some more. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got a few more tracks. We got my man Redman. He just dropped a new song called 80 Bars, where he just rhymed straight 80 bars, and I mean he killed it. That song is worthy of a lyrical breakdown right there, man.
All right.
It's a dope song. Yeah, he got a video out for it and everything. So they promoted it at the end of the verses. So if y'all didn't see it, y'all need to go check it out. It's on YouTube. So now while they were there, some new music that they spoke about in the verses. I don't know if any of y'all caught this, but DJ Scratch said him and RZA got a whole album out they've been working on.
Oh shit!
DJ Scratch and RZA, because RZA came out there. He was one of the special guests in the verses. As a matter of fact, he was the first one to come out, and he was like, "Before you go, you want to tell them the good news." And it was like, "Yeah, DJ Scratch and RZA, we've been working on the album. We got a bunch of tracks.
That's like EPMD,
right?
Wu-Tang. Exactly. That shit's fucking crazy."
I was like, "Yeah, this is that's gonna be magnificent right there." So I'm excited about that. And then also they threw out that Red and Meth are gonna do Black Album 3, so I'm ready for that as well. The Black Album is one of those classic albums. The second one was good, but I don't think it was as good as the first one, but it was still good.
Yeah.
And then also Redman talked about the fact that he is about to drop Muddy Waters 2. So if y'all know Redman, Muddy Waters was one of his classic albums. So everybody been kind of waiting for this one. He's been talking about this one for like 5 years now.
When you see a bitch on the ground, what the fuck are you gonna do? Pick it up. do. Yo.
Mm-hmm.
God, what?
I think that was around either 99 or 2000, was it?
That was in that area.
Was it 97?
Yes, sir.
I know, somewhere
yes,
back
sir.
Yeah, man. That's a classic right there. He did like a...
Look, north, south, east, west. Oh man. Red breaking it down, killing it.
He did like a Muddy Waters mixtape one time. Muddy Waters like mixtape maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But anyway, so yeah, that's it for the new music, man. You know, that's just some stuff to look forward to. What up, Reggie Reg? I see you out there, man. R2G2 in the building. Yeah, man.
You always there?
Yeah, man. The man responsible for our dope intro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can hear it on our YouTube videos. You don't really hear it on Facebook or Instagram. But when I download everything to YouTube, I always add it in there so everybody can kind of hear it when they go back for the replays.
Yep.
So we appreciate you on that, man. And if you're looking for some dope beats, man, this man got it all. You know what I mean? Universal. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
my man's in the building.
Yeah, you can do the hip hop joint. You can do the reggae joint, R&B, neon soul, rock, whatever you need to do. And do some spoken word.
You know,
if you want to do elevator music, my man Reg got you.
He might even get them country beats.
Yeah, he might even go on the back porch. Goddamn, man.
You know, I'm sure he got a little something to everything in his arsenal.
Yeah,
because he always posting music and whatnot on Instagram. So anyway, let's get into some topics, man. Let's talk about the verses, man, because that was my favorite thing.
Like I said, one thing I'm gonna say is with the week that we had was, last Saturday we had X passing.
Right.
This Saturday had Black Rod passing. We had all, Dante White passing. We had like all this stuff going on.
Yep. And now Ma'Khia Bryant.
Yeah. This was needed.
Yeah.
This was needed just to, get your mind off stuff, man. And, what I'm saying? It was really needed. It was good to see. But yeah, I only saw the second half. So go ahead and tell me about the first half, because I only saw like, I was in on the tail end of the first.
Yeah. And
then I caught, I think, the rest of the second.
They, let me see. They went for about almost 3 hours. It started about 8:20, 8:25. It was supposed to start at 8, but they always kind of start a little late. So it was somewhere around 8:20, 8:25. But Redman did his classic hardcore from EPMD, the song that actually put him in the game. Yeah, man, hardcore to make the brothers act cool. That song is a classic. You know what I mean? And that group EPMD, man, they just monumental in hip hop, man. They're giants. So I'm glad. And then of course they made an appearance. Also, pretty much the whole Def Squad except my man Jamal. He didn't get to make an appearance, but you had Keith Murray came out at one time. Keith Murray came out twice actually. He came out once by himself, and then once when the Def Squad came out there as a whole. K Solo came out and did the song he did with Redman. I forget the name of it, the way they go back and forth. Method Man did a lot of his stuff from his old albums. He did What the Blood Clot. I don't know if you remember that one. All I hear is gunshots. Can I touch something? What the Blood Clot. Niggas want to cow, make it happen. You know my fucking style, fuck the rapping. We could take it back to 85 if you want to start acting like you live. That's a classic right there. RZA killed that beat. What else did he do? He said he did Bring the Pain. He had
I knew that.
Man, listen. He did the joint he did with Biggie. The what?
Oh yeah, he had to do that. Oh, don't tell me did they do Phenomenal? Because they were both on that shit. With him and Big. Of course, Big was gone.
I can't remember. They might have, but I can't remember. Well, they kind of made it more like a concert, man. They were just throwing so much music at you. It wasn't like a my turn, your turn. They did that sometime. Yeah. But for the most part, they would just play music and both of them would just rap their part. They did a lot of the stuff from the Black album. They did Serial Killer from the Black album. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know that one.
Yeah, I had to go back. Yeah, I had to go back and listen to the Black album. I definitely got to do my homework on that.
That was one of my favorites right there, man. So yeah, they did a lot, man. But in the beginning, it was mostly just Red and Meth. It wasn't until the second half till you really started seeing a lot of guest appearances. But you did have K Solo in the beginning, and Keith Murray. and RZA came out. No, matter of fact, RZA was the first one to come out, and then Keith Murray, then K Solo, and then more so probably what you saw. EPMD eventually came out.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, when they did the hang with my man Scratch did it right. So hey, I need you to do this part.
Right.
Nigga, yo, when they had, I was like, and then like to see Parrish Smith with the the bucket hat. Yeah. I was bugging. I was like,
exactly. I was losing my shit.
Oh man.
But yeah, so I knew what he was talking about. As soon as he said, "Redman, I need you to do this intro right," I was like, he got to be talking about my shit. I didn't even know for sure, but I was like, he got to be talking about Headbanger because there's no intro that Redman did like that one. And when he said Negroes, I was like, oh, shit.
That was crazy.
But I didn't know EPMD was going to still come out, though, because I knew
they had already
showed K
and
Solo.
they did the whole song.
Right.
And they did that was great, man.
They had already showed K Solo. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to bring K Solo out. But then EPMD came out. I was like, oh, shit. Y'all niggas trying to kill me right now.
Yo, man, that was great. Hip hop needed that, and it was great. And also, it was great to see the Woo when they did, Triumph. They did, what I'm saying,
atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define how I be dropping these. Man, listen, I could quote them lyrics all day, man. And I like how he gave Inspector Deck his flowers on that, man.
It's one of my favorite MCs of all time. I'm gonna always say my top 5. Inspector Deck.
I was like, yes, sir. Inspector Deck, no, he the man. You know what I mean? Mm. I've done at least one lyrical breakdown on him, if not more than one. I know I've done one from what he did with Czarface. And MF Doom and all of that, man. But yeah, so that was dope. But yeah, who they had? They had Inspector Deck. They had Capadonna, RZA.
Yeah.
Who else? Was it anybody else that seemed like it was somebody else too? They played ODB's part. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
They played ODB's part, you know what I mean? So at first, when they played Triumph, I thought they were just gonna do ODB's part, you know what I mean? And then go into rap method. Yeah. But that was dope, man. You know what it would have been dope? They would have had ODB's son just come and do his part.
Yeah.
He looks so much like him. He spit that dude out, man. That's his mirror right there.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it was a great versus, man, especially when all the guest stars, man. You know what I mean? And you got almost the whole Wu-Tang, the Def Squad, you know what I mean? Between those two, man, they killed that whole show, man.
Also, it was great for them to do do the memorial for X and Black Rob,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually thought about our little version when they played the grand finale.
Oh,
I was like, remember that? I was like, what Curtis do? Remember that shit, nigga?
I was like,
you come with a Rough Rider joint. Right. I came up like, let me throw this over here, the belly shit.
Yeah, man. You got me with that one. That was a classic right there, man. Yeah, man. Redman did his verse from Full Cooperation, which is a Def Squad song. That was one of the early ones he did, probably before you got to see it. Yeah, that's a classic. You know what I mean? That was him, Eric Sermon, and Keith Murray. I need your full cooperation and total attention. Here's a few things I've got to mention. These rappers out here think they're so appealing. Now step to your business and hurt your feelings. That was the hook by Keith Murray. He did the whole hook. But yeah, man. So Redman did that. But yeah, man, it was just dope, man. It was just a good time, man. It was like, I like the fact that they kind of made it like a concert, you know?
Yeah.
It was just really a lot of freestyling going on where they just let DJ Scratch play whatever he wanted. They did have some stuff playing because you can tell they had like the Headbanger playing.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But they had a lot of stuff where they was like, yeah, you just play whatever you want and we'll rap to it. There was one that Method Man did where he was like, I don't even remember this verse. So
that was the Mike's Men joint. I remember that because he was kind of like shouting out all the bands and stuff and putting them like, yeah, that was dope. But he's like, the reason why he don't remember it because he only did it one time and they took it.
Yeah, man. So that was good, man. I really liked it. You know what I mean? So I really I'm glad that we got to do it. But I will say we were just talking about this they didn't get the numbers I think that they deserved. You know what I mean? Because like on the Ray and Ghostface, they had like 400,000, almost 500,000.
They didn't really have as many guests either.
They had some guests.
I mean, they had some,
many,
but
like
not as many.
So,
like, shit, man, you gotta think about it, man. These motherfuckers gave you DJ Scratch, RZA.
Yeah,
they gave you Capadonna, Inspector Deck, and then the whole goddamn hit squad. EPMD.
It couldn't have been
like, dude.
Only ones that was missing was DOS Effects. That would have been.
Yeah, man, that would have been crazy. Whew. Man, the damn stage catch on fire.
So yeah, man, that was so dope, man. I'm they got the next one coming up as an R&B one that's Escape and
SWV, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I like I said, I'm not too familiar with Escape too much. I mean, I know they got some songs that I probably heard, but SWV is a force to be reckoned with. So
yeah,
I'm kind of got my bias on that. But
right,
hey,
me too.
Escape might
Escape got some. They got some hits, but SWV to me is a little bit better. So Escape got a couple of good hits. So but yeah, so we'll see, man. And we got more verses. They said they got some surprise verses coming up, and they got one that's supposed to be a rematch coming up. I don't know who, they haven't said, but
2 Chainz and Rick Ross.
It could be, because I mean both of them got a lot more songs that didn't get played.
Boys,
so I can see that.
Ross killed his ass. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, Ross is
Ross killed him. When he put on that Lord, Larry, he put on that shit like, yep.
It was a rap. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, Ross was like, he was on his boss man shit. 2 Chainz, he good, but he ain't got to that level.
Nah, he got some bars. I just think like when it comes to, what I'm saying, there's certain things that he does. Like, I mean, he's got it. 2 Chainz is good for him to do, because he did a song with like De La Soul.
Yeah,
like back in 2016.
I do think that when it comes to bars, I do think that they're pretty much equal, because they both got bars. But I think that Ross just got more hits behind him. He got a bigger catalog, so he got more of a head start than 2 Chainz. You know what I mean?
And then 2 Chainz, one thing I give to him, he really has an interesting palette of like collaborating with different people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's collaborated with Eminem,
Royce.
Yeah.
He's actually done, the backpacks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
To be down with Ludacris.
Yeah. So like he has a pretty good palette.
I still don't know what the hell happened to that with him and Ludacris. Like, did they have a falling out?
Luda.
You know what I mean? I don't know how that happened, but anyway, man, that Red and Meth versus is probably on YouTube somewhere, so y'all should go back and check that out, because they had some real classic moments in there, man. So I was really happy with that. Anything else you want to say about the Red and Meth versus?
Man, like I said, man, we needed that, boy.
Yeah, man.
After the week we had.
Right, exactly.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, it's been a rough week, man. Want to announce there's a new podcast coming out. This is going to be a collaboration of Dave Chappelle, Talib Kweli, and Yasin Bey, a.k.a. Mos Def. So let's give a clap up to that. You know what I mean? Those are people I would like to hear from. You know what I mean? Especially Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle got a good, sharp mind on him. So I really like, even if you don't agree with everything he says, dude is sharp as a tack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's good. Like I was saying, like if for him to really, not necessarily, because you can't cancel Dave. He's not. I don't think he's going to be irrelevant. I don't think you can make him irrelevant.
Right.
But to kind of just put himself more out there,
right,
into like the, into the, I guess what you would say, like stratosphere. I guess put it out there to the people. I think people will start kind of get an understanding, of what he is.
Yeah.
And and also it's great for like Mos Def and Talib, because one thing I will say about Dave Chappelle, when he did the show, he really looked out for those guys.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's really good.
That was the best part of his show, man.
Yeah,
he put a lot of hip hop acts in there.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, I love that about him. And I remember the little movie he did. What was it called? The Block Party. Remember
that? I got that post. I never got a chance to watch it.
That was dope.
But
it was dope because I mean, he basically just put on a freaking concert with I think it was like what was it, the Roots. I think he had Jill Scott up there.
Yeah,
like a lot of Philly groups.
Like a lot of the neon soul, the whole Aquaritones, which is the Aquaritones movement. That one that they call themselves.
Aquarius.
It was like Aquaritones or something like that.
Yeah. Equipment, not Equimini.
No, that's
I don't know. Shit.
That's okay.
But but it's Aquarium something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. But you should go back and watch it. It's very well put together, and I like how Dave Chappelle really just let them do their thing. You know what I mean? So I want to really quick.
What platform will that be on? The Dave Chappelle before?
I'm Block Party.
No. The new podcast.
Oh, I didn't catch it. I didn't even catch the name of it. I just saw that it was going to be them three, so I was just like, okay.
So remember, we said it here first, and remember, watch us, then watch them. All right? Yeah. Don't be sneaking off like, fuck them niggas over there. So
watch us first.
Watch us first. If you don't, I'm coming to your house. All right? You don't want me up in there, right?
Exactly.
Because I ain't gonna be nice about them either. All your food, I'm gonna slap your dog.
Right.
I'm gonna take a piss on your steps. I'm gonna kill all you weeds and shit. I'm gonna shit on your couch.
Right.
And then I'm gonna tell you to clean it up. And then I'm gonna leave. And I'm gonna say like, share, and subscribe.
Right. Leave a note. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget like, share.
Yeah, don't forget like, share, and subscribe.
But yeah, man. So, but yeah, we'll find out more about that podcast because I think it's gonna be good. I'm sure it'll be wherever you can find your favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Probably be like on Apple and all of that stuff, But yeah. So anyway, we got to talk about the Derek Chauvin thing and the Ma'Khia Bryant thing a little bit, but I just want to take another moment just to kind of acknowledge my man Black Rob. You know what I mean? He incredible artist. You know what I mean? From what I heard, Diddy really tried to look out for him over the years. They didn't really say how, but a friend of his kind of spoke up and said Diddy was trying to help. But it's kind of weird. It's like, what was it that he was trying to do? If this man was so-called homeless, you know what I mean, and struggling with medical issues, I mean, what exactly did you offer? Because I mean, if he's homeless, give him a room where you stay or something. You know what I mean? This has been one of your artists that helped you make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really. I mean, that's the thing, man. Basically, man, going back to listen to Life's story.
Yeah.
I mean, it was clear that this man was going to be the next Biggie.
Right.
It was clear that's what they were pushing for. And on top of that, like you said, man, kind of like with DMX saving Def Jam,
right?
He kind of saved Bad Boy because at the same time, like they didn't have, because Puffy really kind of like everybody that was there, they were either leaving, they died, or whatever he touched, it just went to shit.
Yeah.
So,
and that was the thing. Puffy just couldn't hold on to no artists. I mean, and it's always a money thing with Puff. You know what I mean? So it's always some kind of contractual, you owe me money thing with Puff. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why the Locks had beef with him. Yeah. I think Mace had issues with him and money. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of artists like that. Probably had the same issue. So I don't know, man. But I'm glad that I still give him credit for trying to help. I just wonder what exact trying to kind of help did he offer?
I mean, that could be anything. Hell,
right.
I can say I helped you, but I gave you $1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or I said, yeah, I gave him help, and I gave him like 50 cents.
Right.
I'm not saying that's what he did.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm just saying that's what you.
But yeah, it was just weird that his friend was just really trying to emphasize that. Yeah, Puff did try to help a lot over the years. He was like, yeah, he did try to help a lot. And I'm like, but the man is homeless.
I wonder how much Diddy paid him to say that.
Right. That's what I was
That's what I wanted.
Like, there's no way. I mean, when you saw the video of Black Rob when he was halfway sick, one of the first things he said was, I don't have no place to live. It's just me and my mans. We trying to get something together. We got a little apartment, but we ain't really got no place. So I'm like, okay, if that's the first thing out of his mouth, that should have been one of the main things you try to do for this man.
Yeah, at least give him a little something. I mean, the thing of it is, you got the way, especially the way housing is.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to say, New York, you can do like tiny houses or something like that, but I mean, there's definitely like a property that he probably could have went upstate, got him a little property, and put like a little house on it and be like, here you go. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or moved them down. Actually, probably better and cheaper if you moved them down south.
Right.
Like, hey, man, we got this. We got a little, so it's a small, tiny house or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's a solid, your man can live here. It's cheap. You know what I'm saying? I got you for a couple of months and then, I got to do, So, yeah, man. Yeah, he could have done better with that. I mean, and don't get me wrong. At the same time, like, I can't, like, a grown man shouldn't be responsible for another grown man,
right?
Where he lives. I have to, say that. But at the same time, like, if that man also helped you catapult to where you at, just give him a little song. I
mean, that one song, "Whoa," was an instant hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How many remixes got?
Exactly. It was like, come on, man. So it's like, you could have done more. I don't know. I just feel like he could have done more. But I heard that he's paying for the funeral. That Puff is paying for the funeral. So I give him some credit for that.
Let's clap that up. Let's clap that up. Yeah, let's clap that up. I mean, hey, man, yeah, funeral costs, boy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because funerals is out of pocket these days, man. But all right. Well, I just wanted to give a minute for Black Rob, just to give him some, flowers and whatnot. And, just to say, he was a dope artist. And, you know what I mean? I really wanted to hear more music from him. I don't know more about that backstory, but maybe we'll hear more about it one of these days.
Yeah, I looked into the Spotify, even though I don't really suggest Spotify because those artists don't really get the royalties like that.
Right.
But, he had several albums. But
I only knew of 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did he have more than 2?
He had quite a bit.
Okay, so he did.
I mean, it wasn't like a whole, you know what I'm saying, but he had quite a bit. Like I said, I would have to go back.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to listen to but I went back because I didn't get a chance to really get Life Story. So I went back and checked out Life Story just to get the feel of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. So, rest in peace to Black Rob, man. Dope artist, you know what I mean? Really hate that he had to die at such a young age because, we need to do better with our health, but I'm sure, there's also some financial issues that probably didn't really help him as much either, you know what I mean? So, but, as Black people, we do need to do better with our health, you know what I mean? I know for one, I'm always up and down, I'll do good for a while and then I'll slack off and do good and then slack off, so we got to get to that even keel. You know what I mean? So, it's hard, but we can do it. You know what I mean? So, but we can, you want to talk about Derek Chauvin real quick? First
of all, let's clap it up for them getting that motherfucker off the street.
Yeah.
In the words of Grandmaster Cass, don't wish nothing bad to him. I don't wish nothing bad for him.
Right, exactly.
But I damn sure don't wish nothing good for him.
Nothing good. Now, one thing I heard that was the first bit of good news I heard about him was that when he first happened, the day after that, his girl broke up with him.
Let's clap that up.
You know what I mean? You got to clap that up.
She like, you ain't getting the push no more.
Right.
They're killing people.
He ain't about to make me look bad. Like I'm, sleeping with a man who did that dumb shit.
She probably think, I'm gonna get me a nigga right now. I've been waiting for this shit. I'm gonna get me a nigga right now. That's Minneapolis. It's like racial dating capital for what I've heard. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why they rule. That's probably another reason that kind of helped in the ruling. I'm not saying necessarily that was the main factor, but I think that's probably like, there are certain people that do dealings with, and they probably see, like, they see us as people like, okay, this was a man, like, you wouldn't have liked that if this would have happened. So, exactly. But anyway, I'm sorry.
You good, man. I mean, I was just gonna talk more about the same shit you're saying, but I mean, the main thing that bugs me, man, is like the fact that the trial was drug out so long. Now the jury, obviously, they came back with a quick verdict. It was 10 hours. They could have probably done it quicker than that, but that was like record time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like all these weeks that, I guess they were trying to go through what they call a fair trial, let everybody speak their piece. But it's like the people who were defending Derek Chauvin, I don't understand how you can even. I don't know if I could be a lawyer and actually do that, because it's like now I gotta try to convince people you didn't see what you saw.
Facts.
You didn't see what you saw. I know you saw something with your eyes, but who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? You know what I mean? It's like, how do you even live with yourself trying to convince somebody that what he did was lawful in some sort of way? You know what I mean? And time after time, you got all these people getting up on the stand saying, nope, what he did was wrong. Nope, what he did was excessive. You know what I mean? Even they said that I think it was the paramedics.
Yeah, they said they were trying to get to him.
They told him to get off of him. They had to tell him, get off of him. They're like, why are you still sitting here? We already got the call that the man is not conscious. And by the time we drive up, you still sitting there with your knee on his neck? For fucking what? You know what I mean? That's what I'm like. So why is that even a question? You know what I mean? So, because I feel like I'm gonna give them credit. They gave him a fair trial. They let them try to plead their case as much as they could.
Mm-hmm.
But you really don't see too much of that when it comes to Black people.
Oh no!
You know what I mean? As far as a fair trial,
you know what you did.
Quick, you know what I mean?
You know what you did.
Right.
And we got a jury, your peers, and they'd be like all white people in business suits and shit. Like, I don't know these motherfuckers. Yeah, get me.
Yeah, exactly. But it is what it is. We joke and whatnot. So don't take none of what serious.
Yeah.
We throw the N-word around and all that, but we just jokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just funny, man, how they do that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. I just think it's a shame that the other cops who were there didn't get put on trial as well. Because my thing is, even though your foot wasn't on this man's neck,
y'all are complicit.
You're complicit.
Because now, I will say this. I do understand, because some of the people that are that were in the that was part of that, that was like their first week on the job. So I understand, and I do understand to a point. Like, you know what? Hey, I can't. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy, I'm looking up. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. But at the same time, like, nah, you can't.
Right is right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, dude. And I feel like, too, the people up there filming it. And again, I understand, but I don't know, man. If I was there, I was like, look, man, somebody gonna have to rush you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like something. I mean, hey, might get poked, might get shot.
Right. You're right, man. I mean, now the girl who did the filming, she was only 17.
So she was
rather young. I can see why she was probably too scared to, but I'm glad that she got such great footage, because they were talking about that on a show this morning, one of the news shows, and they were like, imagine if she stopped taping a little too early, or started a little too late, or stopped and then restarted. They could have used that against him and said, well, yeah, we don't know what happened in the time where the tape stopped or before it started. And she caught everything from start to finish. So that's what really made the case. So I'm so proud of her for doing that, because that was still what led to justice. You know what I mean? So, but I have to say this, and I know I'm running my mouth, but this is how I felt the whole time. I felt like he was going to get a guilty plea.
Yeah.
I never felt like they were going to give him non-guilty. I felt like he was going to get guilty, but my whole thing is, what kind of sentence is he going to get? Because he can get as low as 10 to 15 years, and he can get as high as 40 something. So I feel like they're still going to give him on the low side. I think they're going to give him somewhere between 10 and 20. Yeah. If they give him 20, it's because they want to feel like they're being fair. Like, we don't want to give him too high, but we don't want to give him too low either. So I don't see them going no higher than 20, somewhere between 15 and 20 maybe.
And then on top of that, I hope his ass is in Gen Pop.
Man, listen.
I hope they fuck his shit.
Man, listen, they got memes. They got memes already going around with him in prison. With a black dude standing behind him in the shower. I was like, yo, y'all stupid.
Get behind your ears. Yeah. It's a health inspector.
Yo, you in violation, my
You in violation. You didn't get clean. Get that soap.
You might have to poke you. But yeah, exactly.
Pause.
But yeah, they I saw another meme where they switched it around with the knee on the neck, where it was George Floyd with his knee on the cop's neck, on Charlotte's neck. That was a pretty good one. But yeah, I mean, I hope he's in general population, man, so people can get to know his ass and whoop his ass.
Damn.
He deserve it.
Hold on, wait a minute. When you say get to know, do you mean like know in the biblical sense?
Yep.
That's good. God.
I hope they get to know his ass.
They get to know, literally know his ass.
Either one or the other. They get to know him, or they whoop his ass, or both.
They're going to know his ass. I mean? Pause.
We call it Derek Shoving.
Yeah,
boy, let me shove it.
Yeah, shove it in there.
Derek Shoving. So everybody I know keeps saying they think he gonna wind up committing suicide.
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna be able to take.
He ain't gonna be able to take.
He ain't gonna be able to take that. And all the shit he did. This motherfucker did this for 19 years.
Yeah.
I don't care how you just. I was trying to listen to some other talking points, because they're trying to spin. There's other people, other alternative medias. I won't say names, but they're trying to spin like, oh, there was a riot in the streets after the verdict. Like, why would there be a riot in the street after they got him?
Right.
Exactly. Let me know. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
There was a riot in the streets and this and like the protocols are right. I'm like, I mean, there were certain things I will say that they were saying that I understood.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, nah, y'all reaching.
Right.
Y'all butt hurt.
Yeah, they kept saying stuff like that. You know what I mean? I bet they had security beefed up, for that trial, because as far as like waiting for the verdict, they probably had cops all over the street waiting to make sure that they didn't like riot and stuff like that. Because, they knew that if they got that wrong verdict, boy.
Oh, yeah. It was going to be.
Shit.
Yo, yep.
People would have lost their shit. And
yeah.
I wouldn't have blamed them. You know what I mean?
And what killed me when it comes to that, the protests and stuff, I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I don't fully agree with like Black Lives Matter as far as, what we talked about last week. Now, as far as the people in the grassroots and all that stuff, that's whatever. But, our properties were burned and business is burnt down, our property is burned. Okay, so let's dial this back here. So y'all complain about buildings being burned, that people got insurance and they can build back. I don't know if y'all remember about 400 years ago that y'all kind of came through and fucked up the whole goddamn country. The people that was here first, but then you don't hear that same. Come with that same energy, son.
Or
come with that same energy.
Well, let's just go back a couple of months to January 6th when you damn near
destroyed
the whole damn Capitol.
Facts.
Nobody was worried about looting and rioting and breaking. They
broke
shit.
Podium.
I mean, they were ready to fucking kill people. They were saying on camera, "We're gonna kill motherfuckers. We're gonna hang Pence. We're gonna kill Nancy Pelosi. We're gonna do all this,
breaking the glass."
Yeah, I'm like, come on, dude.
Man.
Oh, was that a sound effects? Ain't working right. There we go.
There we go. The glass.
I mean, they was blatant with that shit. You know what I mean? But they always looking at us. Don't be angry enough to break stuff. That's not the right way. But you let that shit happen on January 6th.
Yeah, don't break shit. Don't climb the wall. Everything.
Right.
The thing that's crazy about that scenario, everything they told people not to, like groups of people, not just us, Mexicans. Yeah, everything they told us not to do at that Capitol. They did. I don't care how they dress it up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so
you can't hide that one. That shit happened in front of the whole world.
Yeah, whole world.
You can tell the other countries just fucking laughing at us. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, China laughing.
You know what I mean?
China laughing big time. That's what the fuck you need to be worried about.
Yeah.
And they already calling America out on their shit.
Yeah.
They already doing that. So I mean, not to say that when I ain't gonna say shit, but not to say that China's any better.
Yeah.
As far as the morale and stuff going on, because they really about subjugating their people as well. But it's just like, but the thing I can say about it is that they're saying that y'all saying that y'all America's the standard, but y'all really not the standard.
Right.
You telling, you talking about us having human rights, and you don't even have human rights in your own damn country. Don't even. Right. You have this melting pot and you constantly kicking certain groups of people down.
Yep.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
But it was still satisfying to hear that guilty verdict on
fact.
I felt like, it was gonna be because it was 3 counts, and I thought maybe he would get 1 or 2 guilty and the other one not guilty, but he wound up getting all 3, so that was very satisfying to hear.
Yeah.
And it was also satisfying to see him, let out in cuffs and all of that. Because it's like, and what was funny, there's been a lot of memes going on. I don't know if you caught it, but when they pronounced guilty, his ass was looking like he didn't get it. He didn't understand why he was guilty. As soon as they said guilty, he was like, me? Like he kind of had that look like, what? You're actually going to make me guilty?
Yes. He was.
I mean, I don't get it at this point that you on trial. You still don't feel like it? Because I mean, he genuinely looked surprised, like he just could not believe guilty.
I never knew.
Right? He had that look. I never knew. I thought we were supposed to kill these mobs. You know what I mean? But hey, and that's like you said. He's been on the force that long. He's out there training people, you know what I mean, and teaching people how to do stuff, and then you're going to do some shit like that.
Man.
That's how this shit gets passed down, because the young officers see that and they're like, oh, okay, well, that's perfectly acceptable.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And I want to also too, shout out the family. I'm glad that I know that this verdict won't bring George Floyd back,
right?
But I'm glad that they got their closure.
Absolutely.
At least got let's clap that up.
Yeah, man.
At least they got their closure.
Yeah, that definitely gives them a little bit of closure.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, it won't bring them back, but to know that the person who did it to him at least has a guilty verdict.
Served justice.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting. And what's so funny is they're gonna make us wait 8 weeks for him to get sentenced. Why we gotta wait 2 whole months for this man just to get sentenced? What else is there to wait for? You're too busy. You got a lot of court stuff going on. We got a lot of paperwork. We can't really get to him.
Should have been us,
right?
We been in there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait a minute! Don't y'all got paperwork? I can go back. Nigga, we got time.
I got time right now. I'm gonna go ahead and
your shit just a page,
right?
About a paragraph long, and then
I'm just gonna give you the max.
Yeah,
just give you the max.
Yeah, give you the max.
What was the max again? 100 years? Yeah, go ahead.
I just stole some toothpaste, sir.
Right,
100 years.
Right. Yeah, but you stole it in a white neighborhood, so 100 years.
Motherfucker, it was AIM. Like I can go to the store right now. Right. Remember that? Like the cheapest shit, like AIM and like close up. Like
exactly.
You be hitting rock bottom. You get the close up shit.
Exactly. I mean, it's a shame, man.
And the red gel shit. What was the red gel? Was that close up?
Crest?
No, the red gel.
No, what's the red one?
The red one. That was
you're right. It's close up.
Yeah, I think that was close. Yeah, I think close up was red.
But I mean, it's funny, man. I mean, we joke about it, but we get killed for the silliest shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got
ain't nothing we can do but laugh.
Who got Ahmaud Arbery got killed for
jogging and walking.
You know what I mean? Botham Jean got killed for being in his own damn house.
How the hell you get killed in your own damn house? Eating ice cream, minding your business.
Speaking of him, and this is something that kind of bothered me, man. They did a show recently. What was it called? It was about Black people in a lot of these issues, but it was on like a month ago. But basically, they interviewed Botham Jean's brother. I think it was his brother or nephew. Mm-hmm. And if you remember from the court case, the lady who ran up in there
fixed her hair.
Yeah. Remember, everybody was all compassionate and hugging her in court. They asked him, they was like, so has she ever expressed any remorse about what she did to y'all? He was like, nope, not at all. Not at all. And y'all had all this compassion for her, but she ain't never come back and say, you know what, I'm so sorry about what I did. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, well, you know what I mean? He said that so quick. He was like, nope, not at all. Not 1%. She has not. I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? You broke in this man's house unlawfully, shot him, and everybody has compassion for you.
Yeah.
I still don't get it. It couldn't have been me.
All I can say, we as black people, that kind of show you what type of spirit we have.
Right. Exactly.
For the most, like when we brought up a certain way.
Yeah.
We brought up and we really, you know what I'm saying? We really try to emulate a positive. When proven, you know, and right, even sometimes the worst of us, just like I think I was telling somebody this the other day, like when we was, you know, the whole Biggie and Pac and, you know, when all that was going on. So you can, if you really listen to them and listen to what they're talking about, you can tell like they were raised a certain way. You can tell that they had good upbringing.
No matter how grimy you are, you always have some level of respect. You know what I mean? Some level.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that, even that little bit is dying off nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it's like we getting killed for the craziest shit, man. And you know what I mean? Well, Breonna Taylor chilling in her house, playing video games, laying up in the bed.
Yeah, like how the fuck you gonna die like Super Mario?
Right. Exactly. Damn, you know, I mean, what was it? My dude was selling loose cigarettes.
Eric
Garner, yeah.
Philando Castile had a gun, told the cops he had a gun.
Told him.
Had the permit.
Yeah.
Shot him
anyway. Like he did something wrong. I think the cop even told him it was okay to reach for it or something like that. Because he was like, yeah, you want me to get it? It's in the glove compartment. All right, you can get it, but just be careful. And then as soon as he go to reach for it, you just let off. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? How do we win? You know, it's almost like we cannot win.
No.
We try to be as compliant as possible and it don't work. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Somebody gonna get tired of that compliance shit.
Yeah.
I'm just exactly. I'm just gonna tell you.
I mean, and for the
better get ready.
This is the thing, man. And the police, you know, of course there are some good police out there. Yeah. But they have to understand especially when you're dealing with black people, specifically black people, if they're not compliant, even if they're innocent, we're fucking scared of y'all. Half the time we don't know what to expect. So a lot of times our first jerk reaction is to run away, or if you go to grab us, no, don't grab me. You know, I ain't do shit. You know what I mean? So it's like we don't know. I mean, yeah, you want us to be scared enough to where we just bow down to you. Nah, that shit ain't happening. Sometimes we too scared to just sit still. We like, I don't know what you about to do. You know what I mean? So sometimes I understand why they might run or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So I can't rock with it, man. I can't rock with it. But you know, moving on. So we had Derek Chauvin getting a guilty plea. But right as that was happening over in Ohio, we had Ma'Khia Bryant, who was shot 4 times in the chest by police officers, which I really think is a shame. You know, she was only 15. I heard as low as 14, and you said you heard 16.
Yeah, I heard 16.
So, you know, either way, anywhere from 14 to 16 is too freaking young for anybody to
lose their life.
You know what I mean? And over some shit where you know she wasn't a threat. So, you know, supposedly, like I said, she called the cops, herself, saying, hey, you know, these girls are trying to jump me, blah, blah, blah. I need some help. But she didn't, you know, she had a knife trying to defend herself because obviously, I mean, the other people who trying to jump her, are they going to stand there and wait patiently for the fucking cops?
It's like, oh, we're going to wait till the cops come, then we'll jump you.
Right. So obviously, she's trying to prepare herself and fend for herself. and they getting mad at her. I mean, I heard people say, well, she should have just chilled until police came. But I mean, you can't sometimes.
You can't. How the hell? Yeah, depending on. Okay, so if someone robbed your house,
right,
and you call 911, they like they in this vicinity,
right.
like you
see
like in this camera,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They're here,
right.
And you there. Oh, so you can be like, oh, wait right there, officer. Right. I'll call the police. They're going to be on. No, exactly. You got to tussle, fight, do whatever you got to do to protect yourself. Exactly. Like that's just a no-brainer.
Yeah.
To me.
And the fact is, from what I heard, like you said, they got there and they told her, I guess, to drop the knife, and supposedly she dropped it, and then still got shot. How does that even happen? If she supposedly dropped this knife, where was the threat? Now, that's one thing. Number two, even if she had the knife in her hand, even if she was just waving it, you way over there getting out your car. You think she a ninja? She gonna throw that shit at you? I got the cops. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You just out the movie. You know what I mean? But I mean, nobody, 99% of the population cannot do that shit. So she was no threat to nobody. You all you had to do was say, drop the knife, which she did, and then find out what's going on. Okay, now that you're not a threat, what the hell happened? But no, she drops the knife and you still shoot her 4 times. Not even once, not twice, 4 times. I haven't seen a video of her actually getting shot, but I heard it's out there. And I don't even know if I want to see it, man, because that shit is going to piss me off. So I don't even know. But I just really feel bad because, just when you think you got a little bit of progress with this Derek Chauvin shit show, now we got to deal with this. You know what I mean?
And then really it goes to shit like, well, KRS said it a long time ago in the BDP, you was here to protect us.
Yep.
But who protects us from you?
From you. You know what I mean? And that's what they don't understand, man.
And really when you're in that mindset, like where can kids or whatnot go to,
right?
When confronted in situations of that nature, it's
exactly.
It's really a horrible mess. Like you ain't got no one to go out to, to see about like, hey, well, these people over here mess with me and just that and the third. Like I need y'all to handle that,
right?
And then you end up getting handled like package.
Exactly, and it's really a shame, man. I mean, before we sign off, I want to mention this too. Amanda Seals, she had a post up on Instagram. I don't always agree with everything she says, but sometimes she makes some good points. So she was talking about the little girl that died, Ma'Khia Bryant, and she said that a policeman DM'd her, and she put the post up of his DM, and he was basically like, yeah, so I understand how you feel about the situation, but here's the real facts of it all. I'm a cop and I have so much going on fighting crime in the street. I can't afford to do something about stuff like this, and that puts my family in jeopardy. Because she was basically, her argument was, the good cops should be trying to help take down the bad ones, and he was like, I can't afford to put my family in jeopardy when I do that. You know what I mean? So that was his defense was, yeah, I know you're right. Right is right, but I got a family to feed, so I can't do nothing about it. And she was like, well, that means you're part of the problem, because your job is to stop bad people, period, not just bad people outside of the blue camp.
Yep.
What bad people, period. So if you see bad, you putting your life on a risky line anyway when you go out in the streets. You know what I mean? Whether it's a local crackhead or your own police officer. Hell, crackheads can be probably a hard person to take down sometimes. They get that juice and that coke and crack and shit.
Yeah,
you can't fuck with them. Half the time you can punch them dead in the face and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Got more crack? You know what I mean?
How many Rambo?
You know what I mean? So I'm like, and I get what she was saying. It's like you're part of the problem if you won't help take down those bad apples.
Yeah, I mean, but to a degree, I do understand what he's talking about because I mean, the shit is corrupt.
Yeah.
So even if you start even if you start busting on bad cops, if you have a whole gang of bad cops, they gonna try to single you out, fuck you up.
Yeah, which is true.
So I mean,
but it's just like if you go up against a neighborhood drug dealer, he's gonna try to send his gang people to fuck with you. You know what I mean? It's like it's still a risk. And I get what you're saying, but it's just like, even if it's something like what old girl did for George Floyd, she might not have done anything physically, like you said, to rush the cops, but at least she got the phone out and said, I'm gonna get this shit on tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she got every last bit of it on tape, enough that we got that conviction. So, you know what I mean? Do something shit. You know what I mean? Even if you don't physically confront them, maybe you can tape some shit or record some shit of them doing some wrongdoing.
But most of the time, the people that do that, that's just a rare case. Most of the time, people do that and still shit don't happen. Yeah. And they still side with the cops.
That's true.
They filmed, hell, I was even like with Rodney King. Yep. Damn, they even filmed this dude getting his ass wore out. And them cops, both of them cops.
And they still was just like, nope, we don't see anything wrong. Sorry, my friend. We don't see anything wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man. I really, that was the one that really hurt me when I heard that. Because when I first saw the video, I'm like, oh, this is fucked up. But yo, this is so dope that we got the whole shit on tape. And then they was like, not guilty. I was like, I'm sorry, what? So you trying to tell me we didn't see what we saw?
Apparently, there's a rule in the book. You can beat niggas out there, damn car.
After sunset,
when they get
all bets are off.
Oh yeah, you can just beat them. Not guilty.
You know.
God damn it.
That one took a toll on me right there, man. Rodney King, but you know, I kind of lost faith in the whole justice system because it was just like, you know, we got it on tape. Even if they had a right to arrest this man, nobody has a right to be beat down that much.
See, and this is the thing that like the conservatives and all, you know, they don't understand.
Yeah.
If people do wrong, you suppose let them have their day in court.
Right.
Let them have their day in court.
Exactly.
The cop doesn't get to be judge, jury, and executioner. Now, I understand there are extreme situations, like if you have like a terrorist, yeah, you know, I have to decide to take this. I understand that. Like, or you threaten kids and I understand that. But selling loose cigarettes.
Yeah.
Having a gun. Selling mixtapes.
Yeah.
That don't require that don't require guns to take out a threat. That don't require that.
Right.
That don't require
Not at all.
So I mean that's the thing. That's the thing about that. Like it shouldn't.
Yeah.
They should have something in place.
But yeah, it is what it is, man. I don't really have too much more to say. I just wanted to kind of, you know, talk about those. Did you want to drop anything before we sign off? Y'all need to be checking out my man's shirt right here. You know
I forgot. Whatever. Yeah, I had to do it. I was gonna throw on the Wu-Tang shirt. Okay. And I was like, wait a minute. I got the red and meth shirt.
Red and meth shirt.
Yeah, when the man did the whatever man joint. That was my shit back in the day.
Whatever, man. They did that. They did that.
I fucked with a lot of college students. Most of them wasn't graduated, and then you move. Well, you know the we playing. Boy, I speak in fluid.
Exactly.
Oh man,
they asked Red and Meth if they would do another movie. Did you catch that? And then and they said yeah,
they need to. I mean, the one thing I have to say about Red and Meth, man, you could tell like they really have a good chemistry together. There's no fake shit.
Yeah,
they're a really good chemistry. It was smart for them.
Heck yeah.
To get together. Did they even explain how they got together?
They did. They were talking about how different record execs, I think it was either Kevin Lyles, somebody like that, approached and was like, yo, these two need to be working together because, you know, they were both coming out with new albums around the same time and they both were, you know, very similar. They both rapped about smoking blunts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, let's market this whole thing because I remember they had the Month of the Man tour, and it was Method Man and Redman, and it was it was all about the blunt smoke and all of that. You know what I mean? What would have been dope if they had motherfucking Cypress Hill come out on that verses because you know they all about smoking too.
Oh, if they did the Kushmore, and had like Be Real and Snoop out there, and that would have been fucking crazy. You had EPMD, Wu-Tang, Cyphers, and Snoop Dogg in the same.
Man, listen.
Man, I'm about to throw every motherfucking thing. Man. That shit would have been crazy.
Niggas would have lost their shit.
And people would have been high as hell because B gonna be smoking like a
motherfucker. A lot of people was getting mad in the beginning because DJ Scratch, he was doing a lot of scratching. Like before the show started, just to kind of show off his DJ skills, he would just doing a lot of tricks behind the back and all of that.
Yeah, because
that's just hip hop. I know
he's a DJ,
annoying, right?
He's a DJ. That's what he does. That's what they don't come up here and just press play,
right?
And no, that's not how because that's what it is. I think a lot of people thinking like, oh, it's like a party. You just
right.
The real DJ get busy.
He's gonna get busy, and so he definitely did. And I get it. The average person who may not be into hip hop as much is going to be a little annoyed by it, but he definitely was showing the skills. He just kept scratching. So he never really played a whole song. He just kept doing a whole lot of scratching. So I get it, but I love it. You know what I mean? Just because I love hip hop.
But I mean, I can understand like having a little balance though, like, and then too the demographic, the crowd, because like if they were like turntablists, like people that like turntablism, they'd probably appreciate that. But a lot of those people were probably just like street dudes or what. Well, not necessarily call them street dudes, but they just a lot of them just they like the pop music or they like pop. What's the top 40. That's all they fuck with. This that. So they wasn't really. They're not used to that scene.
Exactly.
So.
But it was dope, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that, they got him to do it. Because they could have picked a lot of people. They could have let RZA DJ because you got Meth there. RZA was there, but he just did a couple of raps and that was it.
Yeah, that's really crazy because I think like RZA is really probably one of the most been featured in that in that whole thing. Because I everybody else, what I'm saying, I don't really see him. I don't see other people slide through making other appearances.
Right.
Have they read anybody?
Nope.
Because like I said, I think RZA is probably like the most frequent.
Yeah. Visitor, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's been at least, he did his own, and then he's been featured in at least 2 or 3 more.
Yep. And then the Rain Ghost joint.
Yeah, he came out in Rain Ghost, and now Red and Meth. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely been doing his thing. So shout out to RZA, man.
Clap it up for the RZA.
Yeah, can't wait to hear that last Wu-Tang album they doing. You know what I mean? I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
And then they also did talk up the Phife Dawg album. They was like, y'all need to really support this album. And I'm definitely going to get a copy of it.
Yeah.
Because that song that I shared in the Facebook with him, it was Phife, Redman, and Busta Rhymes a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't sure, but they said that is from the Phife Dawg album.
Okay.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay.
That's what's up.
So, yeah. Go out and look for that. But, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up, man. Don't forget, please hit all the buttons. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you. We keep doing our thing, brothers and sisters. Keep donating that money. We like to change, but we like them bills.
We need money allocated to build the podcast. We need money allocated to build the podcast. Let me say it one more time. We need money to be allocated to build the podcast. That's what we need.
Exactly.
If you can get you some grits with a white man on it with Quaker ass motherfuckers, you can donate money to the Triad Hip Hop Podcast. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Right. I'm gonna start well.
I think I just heard Dr. Umar at the door.
Yeah, he was like,
I'm sick of y'all.
Coming up, instead of making fun of being shit. That's all
like, y'all want to see the school? Nigga, I'm gonna show you the school.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you the school. Like, wait a minute, yo.
Right. But anyway, we appreciate y'all. This has been episode 162. For Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Alway.
And we will see y'all on the next one. All right.
Peace.